This time-lapse video shows Canadarm2 outside the International Space Station, or ISS. Designers built the robot to help with maintenance, moving supplies and astronauts, and catching vehicles before berthing them to the ISS. The robot's maneuvering has brought renewed attention to the growing concern about space junk orbiting our planet. NASA estimates there are about 100 million pieces of debris that are 1 millimeter or larger, and it says even a paint fleck could damage a spaceship. Experts say the flying debris threatens everything in orbit. This week, word came that a strike actually happened on the Canadarm2 robot. NASA and the Canadian Space Agency released this image of what they're calling a lucky strike that caused a puncture in Canadarm2. Lucky because the arm is relatively small. The CSA says the robot's performance is unaffected. In other news, NASA's new administrator and former U.S. Senator Bill Nelson this week announced 2 robotic missions to Venus, the solar system's hottest planet and our closest neighbor. He says the research could help explain why life exists on Earth and not elsewhere that we know of in the solar system.
Planetary science is critical in answering key questions that we have as humans, like, are we alone? What implications beyond our solar system could these 2 missions have? This is really exciting stuff.
This won't be the first mission to Venus. The U.S. and former USSR sent multiple crafts there in the early days of space exploration, with NASA's Mariner 2 performing the first successful flyby in 1962. The upcoming missions will feature far more sophisticated 21st century technology to investigate whether Venus ever had an ocean and the history of the planet's geology. They will be the first missions in more than 30 years to a planet NASA calls hot, hellish, and unforgiving. The agency looks to launch by around 2030. Finally this week, NASA's Mars helicopter Ingenuity experienced its first major in-flight problem since it first flew in Martian skies last month. After a minute in flight, one of several onboard cameras failed to register with the navigation system. Ingenuity flew partially blind, confused as to its whereabouts. The tiny helicopter still managed to land within 5 meters of its target. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.